All right. Hi, everybody. I'm hopefully you can all hear me. Let's see the way I've got this set up here. I don't see anything, but hopefully everybody's hearing just fine. I am recording this as well. So after the meeting's over, I'll send out a couple different emails. One with this recording for all the parents that were able to make it, maybe forgot something, and also for the parents that maybe missed it. But hopefully, as you all know, for my voice, my name is Mark Imig. I'm the lead coach for the senior group, also the head age group coach for the CSP Tide Riders, and co-lead coach with Lynette as well for the junior varsity group. Let's see here. The assistant coach right now we have for senior group is Coach Logan Rennie. Logan worked with the senior group all summer long. Tom Lockman will also be kind of popping in from time to time as well. We are currently looking to hire some new coaches. We've had some interviews, but until we get those all finalized, we don't have a full-time assistant coach yet with the group. Jack Davies has been lucky enough to take on a new position with the team in Florida, so this is his last week with us. Hopefully everybody liked the new online registration system. We've been very thrilled with how smooth it all seems to have been running. But one of the few things we do find is we haven't had a whole lot of parents send in their parent volunteer forms. So I know that we are still compiling those and working on who volunteered for parent reps. So as soon as I get that list, I'll be contacting those parents that have volunteered and seeing if they're willing to help out. We are very lucky to have a few board members in this group as well. Board President Len Dino, his son is in our group. That would be Wills. And then we also have Nancy Caneen's daughter, Avery, in the group. Louis DiGiuseppe's got both Macy and Joseph in the group. Kathy Fulton's daughter, Grace Capel, as well as Joe Neighbor's daughter, Lindsay Neighbor, is in the group. And then Daryl Sagel's son, Graham, sorry about that, Daryl Sagel's son, Graham. And then, of course, we've got Austin and Camden Theodos with Patricia. So we're happy to have the board members with our team and within the group. Swim attire for practices and equipment. Please make sure that your swimmers have all equipment for the senior group. We have started bringing equipment for the first time since June 15th this week. So if they have nose clips and snorkels, pull buoys, fins, paddles, and then, of course, water bottles are always a key ingredient to swimming, especially right now when we're not using the facilities as far as drinking fountains go or even bathrooms. So they really do need to be bringing their own water bottles. Short fins are also being used currently. B&B Aquatics is our main retail store. They've got one located in De Pere as well as Chesterfield. You can shop B&B online with the password for CSP being GO lowercase, and then CSP uppercase 63143. For those of you if you're not sure, that's just the zip code for our team. So it's pretty easy to check it out. Also, the parent handbook, it's on the website. So when you log into the website, you can go to the home, and it's one of the drop-down boxes for parent handbook. If you're bored and you want to take something to look at and read, feel free to look at that at any point. Some apps that are always good to have. Number one is the On Deck app. And On Deck is all one word. The On Deck app is our app that is tied together with our Team Unified website. And so within that app, if you're logged in, you can look at your child's attendance. You can look at their best times. You can look at their meet results. You can look at their practice attendance. So if they're telling you they're coming to practice and you look at it and you see that you dropped them off at all the practices, but they've only been to 5, there's a conversation you can have with them, as well as letting me know we don't know where Johnny happens to be. The other app that is usually great when there's a lot of meets going on is Meet Mobile. Right now, without a lot of meets, there's not much on Meet Mobile, but it is a good app to have for swimming. When you are doing the On Deck app, also it's a free app for CSP. You have to log in with your screen, with your user ID for whatever your website is, your password, and then the team alias you need to type in most likely is going to be OZSCSPT. Okay, so those are all things you'll need to have for that app. Group calendar. Real quick, I want to see. All right, so I've got a couple people saying they don't hear anything from Renard and Rose, but I have a couple of people saying they are hearing. So if you're not hearing, just know that we will be sending this out in email form as well. So my apologies to those that aren't hearing. But thank you for those of you that are typing in the chat. I just realized that. I got to go back in the app. All right. All right. Well, the previous slide that I just skipped through it, I'm going to just go ahead and talk about it real quick, even though it's not on there. Group calendars, email notices, and mailboxes. Any last minute changes, which right now we seem to have a lot of last minute weekly changes. We are hoping that's going to be getting a little bit more concrete as we go through. But any last minute changes, we'll make sure to send through an email. We'll make sure to send out through text messages as well as push notifications if you've registered your phone on your Swimmers portion of Team Unify. So it's always important to make sure when you're logged into your account, go to your Swimmers name, and you can add, I think you can only add one phone number, so whichever you want the main number is, and that can get emails, text messages, and push notifications as well. So if you don't have that on your Swimmers name, go through and do that. We'll also put it out on Twitter if we have anything, and our Twitter account is now a private account. So if you have not joined or you have not joined to follow Twitter, get on to follow Twitter, and we'll make sure to approve you. Please make sure to check the group calendars on a weekly basis, as we don't always send out practice change reminders unless they're a late edition. Right now, they're all late editions. And currently, with the way the meets are going high school-wise, John Burroughs does not have a swimming pool. As they don't have a swimming pool, they'll be doing their meets also at Westminster. So if there's a night where Westminster has a meet and then John Burroughs will follow with the meet, we will not be able to have practice that night because they're going to be going so late. And by the time we'd be able to get in, it might be 8 o'clock. So this morning we did have practice for senior. JV unfortunately was not able to have practice, and that would be why. If you're logged in the website, you can also subscribe to the specific group calendars that your swimmers participate. I know some parents here have swimmers in different groups, so it's always important to do that. Don't forget, if you're looking, if you're looking for any practices after the first year, you must change a year from 2020 to 2021. That's always a key come January. People like, this calendar, the dates are all wrong, change the year. We will be using mailboxes as always for swim meet, ribbons, other information that maybe needs to go home like swim-a-thon and things like that. Those will be located at Westminster, and we will make sure to get those updated here probably the next couple of weeks. All right, now we're back on. Please make sure to verify your cell phones, and if you want, your kids' cell phones as well, on the main account page of your account for Team Unify. If your email shows that it's not verified, you can verify your email by just clicking on the unverified button, and it'll send you an email, and that will help you to verify it. And I do see that there are people sending some questions to chat. When we get to all the end, I'll go read those just so that we can kind of get them all up to date. Team uniforms. This year's t-shirts have been ordered and will be distributed as soon as they're in. Each meet, when we have them, we want the swimmers to wear specific shirts. So either this year's shirt or last year's shirt. If you're new to the team, you'll get 2 t-shirts when the new shirts come in. You'll get last year's and this year's. And if you're a returning member, you'll get the new one from this year. Once we get back to normal meets, and that will be hopefully someday soon, we'll email out what shirts they need to wear at meets along with warm-up times. And usually we send that out Tuesday or Wednesday prior to the meet. A lot of times it's just based on when teams send that information to us. We get that out as soon as it's available. Practice schedule group placements. Senior has 6 practices a week during the season. Try to not take off both Friday and Saturday. If you go 4 days a week and then you take off Friday and Saturday, you're basically taking off 3 days. You're kind of losing what you built up into into the week. So try to get there at least one of those 2 days. And if you're looking to be moving up to elite at some point, Dave's really looking at kids that are going 5 to 6 days a week in practice. So it is very important. Practice attendance is huge. Other criteria when looking to move up to elite is, along with the 80% practice attendance, 13 to 14-year-old AAA times, as well as competing in all championship meets and that you're qualified in, and travel meets. Group moves are made once a year after the summer break. But with that being said, there are times that we have different things that come up, and if we have a kid that we can see needs to move a little bit earlier, we will make those changes. So this is the difficult portion of the meeting, the meet schedule, right? There is no meet schedule in existence right now. With all the protocols and limitations, there are currently no meets on the schedule. A lot of facilities aren't even allowing outside programs to come into their areas. We are very lucky to have access to all but one of our pools right now. As hopefully everybody has seen, we have what we're calling the IMR IMX series inter-squad meets that are going to be beginning this weekend. The idea behind that is to have the kids get a chance to compete, get some times, and try to work towards getting their IMX and IM ready, which is the IMR portion, try and get those times for the upcoming season. So we're kind of excited about how that's going to turn out. We're looking forward to seeing everybody compete this weekend. But keep in mind, with all the limitations, the only parents that are going to be allowed on deck are parents that are timing and parents that are officiating. So if you're a USA official, great, that'll help. And if you're timing, we're only going to have 8, and that sign-up was posted today. So if you haven't signed up to time and you want to be on deck, get signed up. Otherwise, we'll be Zooming the meet, and that's not going to be a whole lot of great help because we don't have a scoreboard there, but it will be on Meet Mobile as well. Band suits for 12 and under. So this is beginning as of September 1st this year. USA Swimming has banned all tech suits for 12 and under swimmers. After this, I'm going to send out a little link to where the page is for USA Swimming, and it will show you what the band suits are. It'll also have a link that will show you what suits they are able to wear at meets. Racing suits, all tech suits are good for all 13 and overs, and we do encourage them. And even with the inter-squad meets, I've had a lot of kids ask, what suit should I wear this weekend? I tell them all, wear your racing suit. It doesn't make any sense to go and compete and not really put forth your best effort, especially right now when we don't know when meets are really going to resume. So when we have these few opportunities to race, we want to take them and make the most out of it. Practices, please try to arrive 10 to 15 minutes prior to practice. If you're going to be late or need to leave early, please let us know. Saturdays are key to be on time. And really being on time right now is very important. Once we close those doors, the practice is closed. I have had a few kids that have emailed me to say, hey, I've got high school tennis going on. I'm going to be about 30 minutes late. Is that okay? And what I've emailed them back and let them know, as well as their parents, is I'll leave that back door open and they can wait for me right there. And if they get there, I will screen them and check their temperature and let them in as long as they pass. So if you email me prior to practice, we're more than happy to work with you and try to make sure that access is there for you. Keep in mind, if there's not a coach outside screening and taking temperatures, don't just drop off your swimmer. Westminster does not want our athletes being left without any adults around. Also, when dropping off your swimmers, you may pull up and drop off in front of the pool. However, when picking up, please only park in the parking spaces just prior to the loading docks. Westminster really wants that area open for their staff as well as our staff. And we've had parents in the past park in front of their garages, park in front of the buses, and they really want everybody down in those parking spaces. So please, if it's not a parking space down there, don't park there. Everybody's really gotten really good about doing that over the last 2 weeks. So we appreciate the help. And to be honest with you, the other thing is because of the way we're letting the kids in and out, I do see that it's a lot more safe with everybody getting picked up down below. We don't have to worry so much about cars coming in too quickly. Please make sure to pick up your swimmers on time. As coaches, we do, I'll walk all the way down to the end at the end of practice at 8:30, make sure everybody's been picked up. I know after the earlier practices, we have coaches that are leaving to go to other areas. They're also there checking out as well. But do keep in mind that the coaches do have other places they need to be, and we cannot leave until all the swimmers have been picked up. And we always have parents say, they're okay, we're on our way. we cannot and will not leave until the kids are picked up. So it is important to be there. Make sure girls always have swim caps. A lot of the boys are wearing them these days too. That's great. Make sure to bring all your equipment now to practice. Keep in mind that swimming is your child's sport. Help make them responsible. Swimmers should be bringing in and taking out their own equipment, which is very easy right now because nobody can come in with them. It's important that they learn responsibility for their sport, though. It may be easier as a parent to help them with their equipment, but we strongly encourage the kids to take care of it on their own. It's also important for them to communicate with the coaches when feeling ill or injured. They should be taking more of an ownership of their sport. With that being said, being ill, swimmers' health in the era of COVID, please keep in mind that while we are screening and taking temperatures prior to every practice, if you or your child are not feeling well, for the safety of all concerned, stay home until healthy. We've really appreciated everyone's attention to this during this time and have been very thrilled with how much everyone is looking out for everyone's health. And we've had a few parents that have had a couple different issues come up, but no kids. And the great thing has been the parents have reached out, let us know, and the kids have taken those 2 weeks off as well. It's not ideal as swimmers, and we understand that, but with this going on right now, it's greatly appreciated. Zoom practices and meets. While we're limited to who has access to the deck, we'll continue to Zoom all workouts, and we'll also be Zooming the meet for those parents who are not signed up to time or officiate. And while Zooming may not be the best option, we do feel with Safe Sport that giving the parents access to the pool deck in some way, shape, or form when indoors is important. So Zoom is the best way we can do it right now. My office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to noon. If you have any questions, you can certainly call me during that time. You can send me emails, or if I'm outside taking temperature, you're more than welcome to come up and kind of check out what's going on. I'm going to look at the chat because I do see there's some questions. See that Amy has had issues with the calendar not being synced. That's a great question. I will send an email off to Team Unify to find out. As I don't sync my calendar with that, I don't know why it wouldn't. So that's a good question. If anybody has any questions, let me stop sharing this. Start my video. If anybody has any questions, if you want to put it in the chat, because I see most people are either muted or not, but if you want to ask any questions, put in the chat and I will be happy to answer them. Otherwise, if you don't have any questions, thank you all for attending and have a good evening. But I'll wait to see if anybody sends any chats. All right, it does look like we're good. So thank you all very much. We appreciate you attending, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you all very soon. And we'll see everybody at practice tomorrow night. Have a great evening.